everyone, in today's video I'm going to be giving you the full guide on how to defeat the new Floor 7 boss, along with a couple strategies and just a few other tips that will be really useful. So let's get right into it. Subscribe. Alright, so before you even go into the boss fight, there's a couple things you'll want to do. So for the way you have your classes, so you'll want at least 2 mages, maybe 3 mages, an archer, and probably a tank, because they do a lot of damage, and I've seen even decently high catalog parties use tanks. Alright, so starting out with part 1 of the boss fight, you'll be fighting Maxor, who flies around, shoots a ton of wither skulls at you, and drops TNT occasionally. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to have your mages go up and get the crystals, have the tank keep Maxor following them, and then as soon as the mages get the crystals and the laser activates, the mages need to go back up and get the crystals again, because you have to get the crystals twice in part 1 now. Also, if you're playing mage, be sure to call out which crystal you're going for so that there's no confusion during the boss fight. Once you trap Maxor in the laser for the second time, that should kill him, and you should be able to jump down to part 2 where you'll be fighting Storm. So for part 2 of this boss fight, it'll start out with Storm flying around, talking a bit, and shooting fireballs at you, while you occasionally get struck by lightning. Eventually, Storm will stand in the center of the room, and there will be a countdown shown on screen, and you need to hide under one of the pillars during that time, preferably the green or yellow pillar, so that you can crush Storm twice. But after the countdown, lightning will strike, doing 2 billion true damage to anybody that gets hit by it. So yeah, try to avoid that at all costs, especially if you don't want to kill your tank. I also forgot to mention that you'll want to go to the green or yellow pillar as soon as you drop down, because you'll have to crush Storm twice. After you'll kill Storm, you'll then need to drop down to part 3 and move fast, because Goldor will be chasing you with 4 massive great swords, which he'll be throwing at you and throwing at TNT to explode and mess with your movement. And you might want to have roles for terminals, so you might want someone to do all the devices. You might want someone to stay back and make sure that nobody's missed a terminal, like somebody just do the first terminal. There's also a couple of new terminals. One of them is you just have to click the stained glass until it all turns orange. If you have Skyblock extras, there's already a solver for that. There's another terminal in which you have a bit of glass moving back and forth, and you need it to line up with the purple glass. So click the green clay that's on the same row as the moving glass when it lines up with the purple glass, and then do that for each row, and that's how you complete that terminal. The rest of part 3 is somewhat self-explanatory. It's just the same as before, except Goldor moves a bit faster. Also, just be careful of the great swords, because they can really mess with your mobility and can screw up your run. Additionally, you can no longer skip past to get to different parts of the terminals. They finally fixed that. But once you completed all the terminals in the 4th part of part 3, Goldor will start chasing you into the hall where Necron used to drag you in, and you have to fight him as he slowly advances towards you, shooting a lot of wither skulls. And once you kill him, the door will open and you can jump down to part 4. Part 4 is the easiest part of this boss fight. Necron will catch you and hold you in the air, and he'll shoot fireballs at the platform below you, blowing it up, and you have to jump out of the lava and onto another part of the platform, where Necron will then chase you around, blind you, shoot wither skulls, his usual attacks. Once you do enough damage to him, he'll go to the middle, and they actually added a little indicator to show where his explosion radius is. It's a little bit of fire particles, so just look out for that if you end up going to the middle. and it should take you either 2 or 3 middle turns to go kill him. But with that being said, that's going to be the end of this guide. Thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful to you, then be sure to subscribe. Thanks, and I'll see you later.